I'm saying that.
Okay, it is recording.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How have you been?
Good.
Good. How are you? Good. Did you have a good weekend?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Hope you didn't forget your pronunciation class. Today we're going to go on and do some stress and intonation. Before we begin, I want you to listen to something and tell me if you feel something is funny about it.
Since his lordship died, he winced at the mention of his grandfather. He had hateful memories of him. That does not matter, he answered. I simply want to see the place, that is all. Give me the key. And here is the key, sir, said the old lady, going over the contents of her bunch with tremulously uncertain hands. Here is the key. I'll have it off the bunch in a moment. But you don't think of living up there.
Okay. Anything weird about it?
Speaks like a robot.
Speaks like a robot. Right.
It stops like every 2 words.
Stop.
Yeah, that's weird.
Uh-huh. What does it mean to sound like a robot?
Intonation's off.
Intonation.
The same melody over and over again.
Pretty much the same melody. And this is actually kind of an advanced software because it does the pauses at stops and commas. So it kind of knows that and changes the intonation slightly, but not much. Right. So it sounds like a robot. That's a good way of putting it. And it makes pauses in funny places. So it's pronouncing all the words perfectly. No problem with the pronunciation of separate words, but that's not enough. We need to have more than that, so what's missing is kind of the music. All right, let's get back to this word that we've seen a bunch of times. Can you read this word for me?
Banana.
Okay, what's the stressed syllable?
The middle one.
The middle one? Okay. So if we get, say we have but and no. Okay. And what happens to this vowel and this vowel? Do you say banana? So what happens to these 2 vowels?
The first one you pretty much don't hear this.
Pretty much don't hear it. It's really barely there. How about the last one? Would you say?
Similar.
Similar, right. So, just to refresh your memories, this was that little unstressed sound that we looked at, the schwa, spelled like this. Well, we did a little bit of that last time. So banana. You say the stressed word, the stressed syllable very clearly, but the other 2 are going to be reduced to a schwa. Okay, so that's what happens in individual words. I'm going to give you some words in the pink cards, and I'm going to give you some sentences in the yellow cards, and I'd like you to match them. See how you think they should match. Right. What criterion did you use to decide? How did you decide?
Same stresses.
Hmm.
And this is also the Sort of rhymed.
They kind of rhymed. That was just to make it a little easier, but they didn't just rhyme, they matched in stresses. So, see this word? And this is?
Intonation.
Right. So, if I take the word Alright, come on in. Okay, where's the stress? Okay. Let's make this bigger. Where's the stress? Electrification. And what happens to the other vowels in this word? They're weakened. You won't get all schwas, but they're going to be significantly weaker. This one has a little, this is slightly stressed too, but this is the main one. So what happens when you get a sentence like, she went to the station? You told me that they kind of rhyme, but they had something in common. What's, based on electrification, what's the strongest syllable in this sentence? Take, right. The state. So, this is going to be the strong syllable in the sentence. And what happens to the other ones? They're slightly weakened. And similar to here, there is one more word that has some stress. So, she went to the station. So, repeat, she went to the station.
She went to the station.
Electrification.
Electrification.
So you see that it's similar. So things that happen in words also happen in sentences. So how do you say this word?
Secretary.
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 In the sentence?
Mrs. Mary.
Yeah, I made the this big because I want the stress to be on. This is Mary.
This is Mary.
So?
Secretary.
This is This is?
Tissue.
And
Specify.
and this is?
Called.
Okay, so keep that in mind. Same thing that happens in words happens in sentences. So that's the first thing I want you to remember. What we're going to do next is I'd like you to try, I'm going to give you 3 words. And I'd like you to try, oh, you don't have pens. I'll get you. So I want you to try work in pairs, or actually work into groups of 3.
Yeah.
I have paper here that you use. And I just want one person in each. Yeah. I just need, you can use the bag just to take notes.
No.
I'll give you 3 words, and I want you to try to think of a sentence that fits into the way those 3 words are pronounced. So, first one. How do you pronounce this?
Real.
This is.
Altercation.
Cannot use station. Okay. Well, you can, it's okay. This is
Hotel.
right. So try to think of one sentence that matches the pattern of each word.